welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be reviewing basically a mini fridge. So I bought this because I'm going to be going with some friends camping in the beach and just enjoying good weather, drinking some beers. But is this really up to task of keeping my drinks cool in the summer? That is the question. So today is not even a hot day. It's 14 Celsius. We're going to do some ambient temperature measures, and we're going to run this at 12.8 volts and see how low the temperature gets. So the brand, let me turn the light on so we can see better what's going on. Connabride. I bought this for £35. I didn't even know what brand this is going to be. So far, for the price, I do think it's actually really good, and I'm going to get more into depth on that. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is the installation on this. So the installation on this is terrible. It's probably... Can you get out of here? I know that's cold, that's fresh. So basically, as you can see, this is very easily squishable. As you can see, I am just squishing this. The installation on this is thin. I could probably... Oh yeah, I can show you. There's only a tiny little bit of freaking shit in there. This is horrible. Although, this is what matters. This here actually is working really well, better than I expected. So it says it's a 48 watt unit. So I would say that's a 5 amp Peltier or Peltier. As you can see, it's pretty frosty in there. There's water all over there. The fan is working. From my understanding, this is using one fan to spin 2 blades on each side. So it spins this one and it spins the one here. So I would like to get inside this and maybe check a little bit more of it. But as you can see, it's got a nice little cold side heatsink, which is pretty big. It's doing a pretty good job as it's frosting, and it has airflow going over it. So give me a moment. Alright, my friends. Fuck it. There we go. So this is what I'm on about. This here is not enough to insulate this thing properly. Like, this here will not do the job. This is really cheap quality. So as you can see, here's your bucket. That's your insulation, which definitely needs improving, like big time. And yeah, this thing is pretty much like just... You can disassemble this really easily. Alright, to put this back together, I might upgrade this. There's some tabs here. You just... Since this is Chinese shit, you can probably do that really cool, really easily. And there you go, that's back together. Very easy to get together or put together. There's a bit of fucking going on here. There's go. There's go. Alright. So now I'm gonna take this apart, or try to take this apart and see what's inside it, because I'm curious. My guess is probably take this little foamer out. Alright, lads. So as we were doing, so I found that there is screws on this right under the insulation. So let's start removing some screws.
Astro, no. What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. Ay, what you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean.
Anyway, so pretty much, I'm quite sure we have a 5 amp Peltier here. I can't really find out for sure, but it could be a 6 one as well. But I would say it's a 5 amp because they say this uses 48 watts, as you can see there, as I showed you before. The heat sinks, in my opinion, are good size, both of them. The fan, I like it. The foam the actual this base here is very good. Like it's a whole foam bit, and I'm pretty sure that isolates pretty well, I would say. It's got a little duct here to circulate the air, to direct the air. The impeller blades look pretty decent, although it is pretty loud, as we will see very soon. The cables are actually pretty thick as well. I like this. The Peltier cables, you know, they come from factory like that anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But this cable here, I like it. It's pretty thick. It's got a 6.3 amp fuse. Decent build. The fuse is inside. This here is the only thing that is keeping this from cooling even lower, because the insulation on this is very, very bad. It's just very thin, and as you can clearly see, this is flexible. If you can insulate this better, you will have a better performing little mini fridge, because this gets cold. Like, you can feel the cold on the outside when you touch it. So all of the cold is basically slowly seeping out, because they just used very cheap styrofoam or whatever the fuck you call it. But yeah, gonna put this back together before my cat eats my screws, and fucking hell, and we'll be alright. So this here goes like that. You can see cat's curious. He's like, holy shit, let's listen. You don't even want to hear this on, bro, otherwise you shit yourself. It's a bit loud. It's a little bit loud. But yeah, I'm gonna put this back together, and we're gonna start doing some further testing. So pretty much I was gonna do a video on this, but I took the day to improve on this mini fridge, and this is what I came up with. The original foam, I'm gonna use that now. I'm gonna try to see if this fits, and pretty much I did this contraption, added tons of foam around this, so this should work so much better than it did. So yeah, gonna try to put this together and see what happens. Alright, so it's been 1 hour and 10 minutes since this has been running. So it's been running from 12:20 to literally right now is 1:30. As you can see, we're at 9.3 C. I am going to turn this off soon and see how long the installation works then. So pretty much what I'm going to explain just before anything, as you can see, the voltage is at 1805, so we lost a volt since we've plugged this in. Battery's doing just absolutely fine. But yeah, what I was going to explain is these Peltiers here, they require to have a very stable voltage for them to work very well. So make sure that your voltage is always pretty stable. As you can see, I am outputting 12.85 or 84 volts consistent. So consistency is key with Peltiers. As you can see, the power output is 58.67 watts that we're using, and we still have loads of time for our battery to be powering this. So yeah, so pretty much what we're gonna do now is disconnect this. We are gonna register the time, which is 13:35, and we're gonna see how long that takes to go back to 22 Celsius. Alright, so now we will be waiting. Alright, it's been 3 minutes since I've unplugged it. As you can see, the temperature is going up really quickly for some reason. I don't know why. Don't know if it's leaking somewhere. I would say from the sides here. Either ways, as you can see, it's going pretty quickly. So what I'm going to do, yeah, is I am going to put a clock somewhere visible, because you guys cannot see. Boom. Right. So it's been 5 minutes since it started cooling down, since I've unplugged it. I just started a timer now, so we're a bit late to the party. But add another 5 minutes onto there, and yeah, let's see how this works.
Hey, what you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. She say that I'm cool. I'm like, yeah, that's true. I believe in G-O-D, don't believe in T-H-O-T. She keep playing me dumb, I'm a player for fun. Y'all don't really know my mental, let me give you the picture like stencil. Falling out in a drought, no flow, rain wasn't pouring down. See, that pain was all around, see, my mode was kinda lounge. Didn't know.
Alright, so I'm not gonna bore you guys asses off pretty much, because as you can see, this is already at almost 16C, and it's only been 20 minutes really. So yeah, it's not very efficient, is it, at keeping the cooling. I've already done what I could, you know. Pretty much this gasket here, as you can see, one, I took the screws off, kind of ruined it, and it's pretty Chinese, small, thin, so I plan on replacing that one with a better one, and trying to sort out these corners here which have no insulation at all. But yeah, that's it for this little review. Also, something I didn't show you, that is the sensor. That's how I did that. Just, I dug a little trench there, put the cable through, I glue that little sensor on there, and yeah. This is pretty cold actually, but you know, this is, you want more than this really. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my little mini fridge modification video. I probably will do more modifications to this. Like, I was thinking of putting a bigger Peltier on that, but I'm not sure if that heatsink will allow it. But yeah, maybe like a 6 amp one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. See you next video.